Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Digi Daily. It's your boy Xanda, and we are still here with the Digimon 20th E for English. It is an English Digivice. Let's get into that, okay? I'm gonna talk about that real quick. We'll do a story time, and we'll get into who we got. You probably already saw them though. So, calling this thing a Digivice is super weird. I don't like it. Only because it's a VPet. It's not really a Digivice. We're really splitting hairs here. I'm gonna get into real nerd territory. Gonna really show how much this, one, doesn't matter, but two, how much of an, just how ridiculous I am with this. Okay, so, we had the VPet. This is what came out first. This came out, well, really everything was being developed at the same time. The VPets, the manga, the anime, everything was being developed at the same time. It's not like the VPets came out and then they decided to make an anime. No, it was all being worked on at the same time. Bandai wanted this to be a multimedia kind of thing, so they kind of started out hitting the ground running. They already had everything in the works. So, this is a VPet first. No one's ever really used this as a Digivice per se. I don't know, unless you want to count in Digimon World, I believe the character in Redigitize and the character in Next Order, I believe they have the VPets and they're considered Digivices. So there is that. Then there's also the fact that the D-Cyber is considered a Digivice, yet it's actually a VPet device. And then there's also the fact that the Data Link Digivice and the Digivice Burst are both VPets. Same thing with their English counterparts too, yet they are considered Digivices. So, the term Digivice, at least in the anime and the manga, if you want to look at that too, it's a device that you use to help evolve your Digimon. And what are we doing on the VPet? We're raising our Digimon to help evolve them. Tai is Digivice and Digimon V-Tamer. He can feed his Veedramon with it. What is a Digivice? I just don't like this being called a Digivice. I feel like it makes everything more confusing. Because when people think of Digivices, they think of something like this, where this device, you didn't have to raise them. It just kind of it was his own thing. You shake it, and they walk. You get in a fight, stuff like that. And then you get this, and you call it a Digivice, and people are gonna think oh, this is like the Digivice I used to have as a kid. And it's no. You have to raise them. You have to take care of them. You have to clean up their poop. You have to put them to sleep at night. I don't know. It's just weird, but I digress. We're here with Greymon, of course, and we also have Garurumon. Garurumon actually evolved shortly after shooting yesterday's video. I didn't do a quick update thing or an addendum at the end of the video because I just thought I'll just put it in tomorrow's episode. So here we are, Greymon and Garurumon. What a nice combo. I think so. Things for Greymon are going to start getting a little different because if you didn't know, the Agumon that shows up in the VPet is quite different from the Agumon that we know in the anime. In the original VPet, the Digimon could only go up to Ultimate, so after Metal Greymon there was nothing else. The Mega level was not introduced until the Pendulums. So this device actually did a really cool thing, and that was add Megas to a lot of different lines in each egg that didn't originally have it. So for Greymon here, he's going to become Metal Greymon, but because he's the VPet Greymon, he's not going to become the Metal Greymon we know. He's going to become the Virus Metal Greymon. Now, Virus Metal Greymon is pretty different from the one we know. He's creepier looking. It has all blue skin. He is a virus attribute, hence the name. And he just looks a bit creepier. He has these yellow eyes. He's supposed to be like a zombie, kind of reanimated zombie corpse of Greymon that has been attached with metal appendages and stuff. So that was the original idea, but in the show I believe they just thought it was too creepy, so they made him not virus. They made him orange. They changed his design slightly to make him a little less creepy, and that's why the Metal Greymon that you know from the anime doesn't look the same as the Metal Greymon that's in this device. There's also a secret as far as his Mega. It's a brand new Mega that they introduced with this device back when the Japanese one came out. To any American fans that haven't gotten the Japanese one, it'll be something different. It'll be familiar, yet different, and I'll get into that when we get there. Just in case for the folks that are watching this that have never run a VPet in a day in their life and have no idea what they're talking about, or what I'm talking about. I'm trying to keep things a bit slow, and I'm trying to keep things simple, I really should say, because I want this to be like a good thing to watch if you're like completely brand new to this scene, because I know it gets pretty complicated, and when you hear all these terms and jargon and everything, and you just want to, you know, raise an Agumon, things get a little complicated. So I do want to keep this a bit more simple than my other videos and be a bit more slower. At least I've been trying to. I doubt it's been doing very well because I'm still using a bunch of terms and stuff, and I'm kind of rushing through a lot of things. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy not only to comment about it, but also show it off in an episode if you have any issues as far as going through the Coliseum, knowing about what a care mistake is, what an overfeed is, what a sleep disturbance is. Just let me know, and I will be more than happy to show off how you can do those things on this device right here, because like I said, I really like this device, and I really want you guys to have fun with it. So, the thing about, Greymon, he's going to be going a different route than we're used to, but Garurumon is going to go into the route that you're used to if you've watched the anime. Garurumon is going to become Were-Garurumon, and then from Were-Garurumon it's going to become Metal Garurumon, and from there what I'm going to do is take the anime Greymon I have in this device, copy it over here, and that will get us an Omnimon, and I'll show off how to do jogressing on this device too. Jogressing, DNA digivolving, or just digifusing, fusing two Digimon together. It is something you can do on this device, but it's kind of like an Easter egg. It's not cooked into the device, kind of like the pendulums. The way they did this is it was just more of a way of being able to get those Digimon in this device, even though the original didn't have that kind of functionality. It's a nice thing they did. I really enjoy it. So we're gonna jump into battles. We're gonna do some battles before we go, because I haven't shown off the battle system yet. I like doing this. You do 3 here, you mash it up to about your Digimon's nose, and you net an immediate critical hit. Now sometimes, like you just saw there, it misses. So there is a kind of there's a couple different patterns that I do depending on the battle, because some battles you can use one pattern and you're fine, other battles you use another pattern and you're having issues. It's back and forth, especially in the later fights. It gets really difficult, and you know, you just kind of go back and forth between patterns and you just pray at that point. Oh no. Okay. So this device added quite a few animations to the battles. It also added a lot more shots. This critical hit shot, this wave, completely brand new. God, I just lost, holy crap. It's completely brand new to this device. Ooh, we got injured. Poor boys, I'm sorry. There's a lot of different shots. There's a lot of different. Oh, look at that. That's funny. It's Greymon and Garurumon versus their rookies, and they're getting creamed. So this is another good one that I use a lot. Get that one all the way up. Get the second bar up to the nose, and then it makes the third shot a critical shot. If I did this right. The third shot being critical is good because sometimes a lot of battles they'll dodge your first shot regardless of what it is. So you don't want to come out of the gate with a critical, because you could miss. So as you can see, that was a critical. We didn't miss, and it took a massive amount of damage because it is a critical hit. It's a stronger hit than your average hits. Now, in this device, everyone's critical hit looks the same. It's that wave. So you'll know that you got it when you see that wave. It's not like other devices where their critical hits tend to look different from each other, which I like when they do that, but for this device to do that, I don't mind. It keeps things simple, and again, it doesn't overcomplicate things, because that's what makes this a device a really good beginner device. You kind of get acclimated to a lot of different VPet rules and kind of quirks that each VPet has. it's a really good kind of beginner test. If you can run this device, if you can successfully get a mega, you know, and like any mega that you want, if you can successfully do that a couple times on this device, you're ready for, you know, a lot of other devices. Although this device can spoil you, going back is going to be a lot harder. Like I said before, I can't run the classic VPets. I suck at them so much. I mean, I've never been good at them in the first place. It's just nothing I was used to. I didn't grow up with them. I had a D3 growing up. I had like the Digivices. That's what I'm used to. The VPets, on the other hand, they're just like, they're so just different to me. And it's just really hard to get acclimated to getting used to the way things used to be. I ran the pendulum on the show before, and it was a disaster. I couldn't get anywhere past the ultimate phase. It was a travesty, and even then it was really hard. But yeah. So, how are you guys doing while I'm watching this battle go on? Ooh, got him! Yeah, right now we're doing great. I was a little worried because the first battle, I'm like, yeah, let's show off a battle, and they lose the first battle on screen. Like, come on, guys. You're embarrassing me. But we should be good now. We should be in the clear. I'm going to stick to that pattern, this one, because that third critical hit is what seems to be the way to go so far. But yeah, you're going to notice in this device there are Digimon you're going to run into that you can't actually raise on this device. It is annoying. It is sad. But don't worry, because they do end up showing up later on in other devices. Namely, a lot of Royal Knights that are in here end up showing up on the Pendulum 20th. And a lot of the Demon Lords are now showing up in the Digimon X and the Digimon X Wave 2. Which we may or may not get here in America in the future. Who knows at this point. But yeah. Awesome. Alright, we're doing well. Oh, I forgot to... Oh, God, I forgot to mention. One, I forgot the story time, and two, I forgot to mention this. You can't see it on... You can't actually see it on the screen. But lo and behold, there is indeed a scratch on this device. Where is it? Yeah, right there. I don't know how it happened. I've only had this thing for literally, like, 3 days, 4 days, and it's already scratched. Like, I'm a little upset. I wouldn't say... Yeah, because my Pendulum, my Digimon X screen has, you know, little scratches here and there. But it's nothing too bad. The Pendulums, though, man, I did a number on these screens. I feel so bad. There is a ton of scratches on this Pendulum screen, and it is upsetting, but that's just how it is. So I would be careful. If you can, try to put a screen protector over this thing if you're worried about scratches. Me, I'm just going to move on from it. You know, I do have Displex. I'm going to try Displexing the screen. I'm going to try to see if I can get the scratch out. And if I do, I'm going to slap on a screen protector. I ain't playing. But these things are cheaper than, you know, the more expensive, you know, Japanese versions. So, like, if it gets scratched, I'm not going to freak out. And I've never freaked out over my screens getting scratched anyway, because it's just like something you gotta... It's just something you gotta expect to happen eventually, you know? But it is scratched, so that is a shame. I was wiping the screen this morning, and I guess there was a piece of dirt or like sand maybe on it, and it just scratched the screen. Hardcore. It's gone. Well, not gone, but it's scratched now. It's not pristine condition, but I was never planning on selling it, so it's no big deal. One thing I've noticed about these two screens is that this one, it's like more saturated, like the background, I mean. The background seems more saturated on this one than this one. This one, it looks washed out. Like, look at the... I don't know if it shows up very well on screen, but let's try to, like, focus on this as much as we can. Now you can see, you know, the hills and the grass field and then the sky. And the sky looks, you know, it's blue, but it's not, like, very vibrant. The grass is kind of a yellow color more than a green. It's like a greenish yellow. And then we look over here to this device, and beautiful green fields. You can definitely see the mountain there. You can see the mountain over here too. The sky is legit blue. It looks, you know, it looks blue. The green field looks more green. it just looks better. Like, the background looks a lot better. Let me try to do a zoom out on the two screens. And in my opinion, this one's a lot better. Like, this is less, this is a lot more reflective too than this one. I think that's why this one looks like that. But yeah, like I was saying, the background on this one is a lot more saturated, and I can see the details on this one way better than I can even on the original and the Japanese 20th. So, like I said, this isn't like straight up just a repackaging of the Japanese 20th. This is like this is a new mold. This is different plastic. I forgot to mention that this is different too. You can hear it. It's more springy. It's like doing doing. And when I bounce it, you can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I can hear it. It's like it makes a noise because this is like kind of like vibrating a little bit. It's kind of like a tuning fork, sort of. Whereas the old ones, kind of, and again, kind of. More weird things I'm pointing out to this. Let's end today off with the story. I believe it was Sneaks that mentioned this, but it is true. When I first got my brick red Japanese 20th, I wasn't super like used to doing VPets and running VPets, and when I was on, I think it was Agumon. I had Agumon on it, and I had went over to someone's house, and I slept over, and I forgot my VPet, and I was like, oh crap, he's gonna die. But I was like, oh, you know what, maybe I can get back home in time, and he won't be dead. Lo and behold, I go back home, and Agumon was indeed dead. So like my first Digimon died. Like I'm probably one of the only people in the world whose first Mega wasn't actually the like Agumon's main line Mega. It was actually Slayerdramon, because what happened was I unlocked the Coredramon Blue Egg and then ran that, and I got Slayerdramon, and that was actually my first Mega on a VPet, and my first Mega on the 20th, and that's actually who I entered into the first D1 tournament. I entered, I believe it was Slayerdramon and like someone else. I can't remember who. It was like Slayerdramon and like I think Balhackmon or something like that. I didn't get very far. I think I lost like my third battle, but that's just a fun little story, you know. I wasn't always great at this. I don't consider myself great at this, to be honest. I make mistakes all the time. I've had a lot of failed runs, but like, just letting you know that, like, you know, things are gonna happen. Your Digimon, as much as you love them, you know, sometimes you mess up and they're gonna die, and you know, it's never a problem. It's okay. You can always reset. You can always try again. And when you try again, you just gotta try a little harder, and it's possible. You can get whatever you want as long as you just follow his needs and you treat him well. So yeah, fun little story on how I killed Agumon. But I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, like, I wasn't even gone that long. I was only gone like a month, but I just feel like it felt like it was longer, which is kind of scary. But yeah, you know, I'm happy to be back, and I'm happy that these dang things finally came out. Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate everything that you guys do. If you'd like to support the Patreon, if you can't, that's fine. Leave a like, comment, let me know who you're running right now, who you want to get, who's the most exciting Digimon on here in your opinion, who you're just dying to unlock to get. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna head out. Be good. And peace. Woo!